Illegal immigrants can carry guns. Obama appointed judge rules. That's right. A leftist judge um, in Illinois, with some of the Illinois has some of the most strictest gun laws in the country, are saying it's okay for illegals to carry guns. And these are the same people that want to stop you from carrying guns. This is wild to me that this is happening in our country. They try to say that non-citizens have rights, have the same constitutional rights that you have, when that is entirely false from every reading of the Constitution. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Again, I can't understand the same people that want to take away your Second Amendment rights are the same people that are arguing for illegal immigrants to have Second Amendment rights. We live in bizarro world. But this article comes from the Federalist, Brianna Lyman, and she reports that in what can only be described as an affront to every American citizen, an Obama appointed judge granted foreign citizens the ability to use guns while illegally present on U.S. property. So we know if you break the law, you can lose your Second Amendment right. So they're here illegally, therefore breaking the law, and still allowed to carry a gun. I don't understand this. The U.S. District Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman ruled on March 8th that a federal law prohibiting illegal immigrants from owning guns is unconstitutional, arguing the law did not adhere to the Supreme Court's ruling in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruin, that stipulated gun control laws must fit historical tradition. Okay, I still don't. I still don't get that. That doesn't make your argument. But the case was brought after Roberto Carbajal-Flores, an illegally present foreign citizen, was charged for illegally possessing a gun. But Coleman argued that since Carbajal-Flores' criminal record does not involve, quote, improper use of a weapon or violence during his arrest, Carbajal-Flores does not pose a risk to public safety, and therefore he shouldn't quote be deprived of his Second Amendment right to bear arms in self-defense. I don't. I am baffled. I really don't know what to say to this. I really don't know what to say. It's the same. Their argument does not make any sense. It's similar to the Comey Brown. What's her name? Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court justice, that says that government has the right to have the First Amendment right to censor your First Amendment. Where do they get these arguments from? I don't understand. But someone who broke the laws of the land and is illegally residing here is not entitled to the same rights that the Constitution secures for U.S. citizens. That's my argument. That's my argument there. Foreign citizens instead must have their rights secured by their own governments. The Second Amendment reads, quote, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The Supreme Court ruled in D.C. v. Heller that, quote, the people refers to all, quote, all members of the political community. Foreign citizens are by definition members of a different political community. Writing for the majority, the late Justice Antonio Scalia wrote, the people refers to a class of persons who are part of a national community or who have otherwise developed sufficient connection with this country to be considered part of that community. So by definition, they are not part of this community, so they don't have the same Second Amendment rights. They don't have the same constitutional rights that we have. I mean, this is Constitution 101. I don't understand how how a justice could get this so wrong because they are leftists. They are activists. They don't adhere to the same constitutional values that we adhere to. But as attorney Costas Moros explained in an analysis on the reload, quote, someone who just entered the United States illegally has not developed any sufficient connection with the country. The topic was also argued more than a decade ago in a different case with the panel of the Fourth Circuit ruling in US v. Carpio-Leon that, quote, illegal aliens are not law-abiding members of the political community, and aliens who have entered the United States unlawfully have no more rights under the Second Amendment than do aliens outside of the United States seeking admittance. Even put in prior court cases. I mean, we can name the cases. Like, how did she get this so wrong? But the Supreme Court requires lower courts to determine whether modern laws are consistent with historical U.S. traditions of firearm regulations. In some cases, U.S. laws disarm different groups for a variety of reasons, but, quote, the common thread allowing that to happen is these were groups outside of the political community. Moros explained in a separate post on X. Native Americans who until 1924 were not U.S. citizens were prohibited from obtaining, buying, or trading firearms under a 1763 Pennsylvania law. Moros pointed out in his analysis, he further noted that a 1798 law in Kentucky prohibited, quote, Negro, mulatto, or Indian whatsoever, all non-citizens at the time, from owning or carrying a gun. Quote, a gunpowder, shot, club, or other weapon whatsoever, offensive or defensive, because we weren't considered citizens back then, which makes sense under the law, under the Constitution at that time. This means historical tradition shows individuals who are not legal citizens have been regularly denied from owning a firearm. But Democrats are hell-bent on allowing illegal immigrants to dismantle U.S. laws of all kinds. For instance, the Los Angeles Police Department recently began hiring people who illegally entered the United States but received deferred action for childhood arrival or DACA status. DACA recipients must claim to have been brought to the United States illegally as a minor, but their claims are often unverifiable. That means in Los Angeles, illegal immigrants could arrest and disarm a U.S. citizen who does have the constitutional right to keep and bear arms. Again, we live in bizarro world. Everything is upside down. Illegal immigrants have more rights than American citizens. What is going on? What is happening to our country? Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.